Rasheeda, is this a lot of pressure to feel like you are this iconic couple to people and they look up to you?
I wouldn't wish this on no one.
Reports suggest that Kirk is now ready to leave Rasheeda for Jasmine and has already sent her the divorce papers. It seems like the next episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is set to get intense as Rasheeda is refusing to sign them. Kirk has reportedly made serious threats, indicating that there will be consequences if she doesn't agree to the divorce. Things are about to get very messy. Kirk and Rasheeda's marriage has been rocky for years, with Rasheeda trying to keep the family together despite Kirk's infidelity. His cheating has been a major storyline on the show, and it has put immense strain on their relationship. Throughout it all, Rasheeda has struggled with the emotional complexities of trying to maintain her marriage. Now, things have taken an even more dramatic turn. Kirk has not only delivered the divorce papers to Rasheeda, but has also proposed to Jasmine, stating that he's ready to marry her as soon as the divorce is finalized. For those who don't know, Kirk and Rasheeda have been married for over 20 years, and their relationship has been marked by Kirk's repeated infidelities. One of the most dramatic moments on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta occurred when Rasheeda was pregnant with their first child during the second season. Kirk accused her of cheating and even questioned if he was the father. This led to a huge argument, but after a paternity test, it was confirmed that Kirk was indeed the father. Later, Rasheeda admitted to having cheated on him as well. The history of betrayal has clearly taken a toll on their marriage, and now the situation has escalated even further.
In order to move forward. Nobody is perfect and relationships have issues. But y'all also got to understand forgiveness too. And that's what I have learned to understand. Because we've had to forgive each other. I ain't always been perfect in my marriage. We've had dishonesty from both sides of us in this marriage. We've had infidelity from both sides.
Kirk seems to have received some sort of free pass when it comes to his behavior because of Rasheeda's previous admission of infidelity. As viewers know, Kirk had several affairs while living with Rasheeda. This pivotal event led many supporters to believe that Rasheeda would end the marriage. However, rather than leaving him, she became pregnant with their second child. There are rumors suggesting that she may have gotten pregnant to salvage their marriage. In an interview with Essence, Rasheeda was asked about how she could forgive Kirk for his infidelities. She responded strongly, stating, "A lot of people who talk about that could never be in my shoes. For 20 years, let alone 5 minutes, many women have not been in a relationship. You are therefore unable to discuss the choices I make. After all, it's my life and I never let the opinions of others influence it. I simply prayed and followed my intuition." She emphasized the importance of not letting others' opinions affect her decisions, adding, "Please do not follow or comment on my Instagram if no one thinks it interesting. I wouldn't handle anything you deal with, but I'm not here to give you instructions." Rasheeda explained that the reason their marriage survived was due to Kirk's efforts to change. She acknowledged how difficult things had been for her, but also expressed that the transformation in Kirk was a key factor in her decision to stay. Despite the hardships, she worked through the challenging times, including the significant emotional pain caused by Kirk's affair with Jasmine. This affair worsened when Jasmine became pregnant by Kirk, and for months, he denied paternity. It was only after a DNA test confirmed that he was indeed the father that their relationship faced even more turbulence. However, Rasheeda's commitment to keeping her family together led her to ultimately forgive Kirk, despite all that had happened. More recently, the trio, Rasheeda, Kirk, and Jasmine, sat down together to discuss co-parenting Jasmine's son, Cannon, a sign that they are trying to navigate the complicated situation for the sake of their families.
Do you realize you didn't even attend Cannon's last birthday because where were you at?
That's the same party that I helped pay for the gifts, correct?
When we was in mediation, do you even remember what we agreed on? Yeah, you don't know because you don't.
No, I'm not.
So the agreement was that you get Cannon the third weekend of every month. Do you do that?
No, we didn't really agree to that because the last
It's signed on paper. This is what I just do say. It's not gonna ever be exactly what you want to be. So I get that now. Gonna never ever have to question or worry about is that boy getting the love and the same treatment as all the other kids when he's.
Kirk is often seen as an angry, irresponsible, and serial cheater, and I'll admit that. However, Rasheeda has not been viewed in the same light, as she hasn't allowed herself to be associated with that image. Furthermore, Kirk's comments suggested that he and Jasmine are still engaged. So, it didn't end there.
I told you, you can call me anytime. You need me, call me.
Now that you say that, I'm gonna take your word for it. We'll see.
So if I pick him up from your house and I come to your door, you're gonna be fully dressed? Or you're gonna be how you normally be?
How do I normally be?
You came to the door a few times in your birthday. You don't
Are
think
you
that's happened?
kidding?
So that's never happened?
Oh, you making now. I don't know what you trying to do, what you trying to pull, but it's okay. Listen, I don't erase no message.
And I'm not saying it like that.
Jasmine quickly cleared things up with Kirk after admitting that she hadn't deleted any messages. Initially, Kirk had accused her of showing up unannounced, but Jasmine explained that she had come to confront him about his claim that she would appear. Rasheeda, on the other hand, didn't want to attend a public event at that time. Instead, she chose to have a private meeting with Kirk and Jasmine, where they discussed the screenshots. And that's exactly what happened.
I don't have nothing to say to that lady. I don't. You don't technically owe her. She didn't think about. You came to the party, so if you come to the party, who comes to a party and says like that? Yeah, but why come at all? I'm here tonight because I was invited. The easiest way to get rid of me is to tell the truth.
Rasheeda's admission of infidelity seemed to mark the end of her marriage to Kirk, giving him a sense of freedom to act however he wanted since he felt betrayed as well. The news of Rasheeda expecting her second child broke a few weeks ago, and it was confirmed that Kirk is indeed the father of Jasmine's child. Rasheeda, who had hoped Kirk would leave Jasmine behind and become a better man, was shocked by the situation. But in hindsight, she should have known better. Jasmine was always going to be in his life because of their child. Rasheeda faced a tough choice: to stay faithful to Kirk or end their marriage. In the end, she chose to remain with him. However, things got worse when Kirk refused to take responsibility for his actions. Instead, he played the victim, telling anyone who would listen that he had been unhappy in his marriage for a long time. He tried to make his relationship with Jasmine seem like a way to escape the problems he had with Rasheeda, but this was just his way of avoiding accountability. There are even rumors that Kirk is ready to leave Rasheeda and has instructed his legal team to file for divorce. To make matters worse, it's been reported that Rasheeda plans to formally propose to Jasmine as soon as the divorce papers are filed. Reports indicate that Rasheeda is reluctant to sign the divorce papers because she values keeping her family together, even if it means sacrificing her own interests. While her desire to support her family is understandable, it's hard to ignore the fact that Kirk has repeatedly shown disrespect toward her. He fathered a child with Jasmine while still married to Rasheeda, and then proposed to Jasmine while still married to her. This behavior is nothing short of disdainful. Sources also claim that Kirk has been verbally abusive, threatening Rasheeda with actions she never imagined unless she agrees to sign the divorce papers. Despite thinking they could resolve their issues, Rasheeda has now sought legal advice on how to navigate the situation. It's been reported that Rasheeda is intentionally delaying the divorce proceedings as a form of revenge against Kirk for all his wrongdoings. Additionally, it's clear that Kirk will never marry Jasmine until his divorce from Rasheeda is finalized, likely to avoid public embarrassment. Even if Rasheeda does file for divorce, I doubt Kirk and Jasmine's relationship will last, given his constant cheating. Not everyone, especially Jasmine, has the same resilience as Rasheeda to put up with such behavior. Many people have expressed their support for Rasheeda, with many stating they're glad she's finally putting herself first, especially after Kirk reportedly threatened her to sign the divorce papers. After supporting the marriage for over 20 years, many believe it's about time she prioritizes her own well-being. Some feel that throughout their marriage, Rasheeda seemed to carry the weight of it on her own. There are even calls for Rasheeda to focus on her career and let Kirk deal with his own issues. While it's understandable that some people stay in marriages for family or financial stability, others believe that Rasheeda has been more than patient, and now it's time for her to move on. Some feel Kirk is just using Jasmine as a way to escape his marriage to Rasheeda, rather than being genuinely interested in marrying her. What do you think? Is Kirk seeking an escape, or does he genuinely want to be with Jasmine? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to check out the next video.